Here's my trips through Wisconsin. Now why I think everyone should go there, even though this is more so a family thing than mine. My first stop is Marshfield, Wisconsin, which is where my grandpa lives. He has his own farm called Chancery Farms. The reason it's called that is because he keeps lots of records and he's a dairy farmer. Here's the actual picture of the farm and all the silos with the building. Here is some of his equipment that he uses, plus a bunch of hay bales that he just went and got. This is a picture of the sky up there from his front yard. It's always cool to see the different skies up there. This is taken of the pasture out back where all the cows sit, like in the summer and everything when it's really hot. This is a picture of a calf bin where they hang out until they're big enough to go out to the pasture. Here's my favorite picture of a 4-day-old calf when I went up there. This is a picture of his barn underneath. It's usually filled with cows, but since it's summer, they actually go out to the pasture since it's way too hot. And next, my trip was to Rome, Wisconsin, which is where his parents live, so my great-grandparents. Here's my great-grandpa's sign that used to sit out in front of the house. He also was a dairy farmer as well. Here's a picture of one of the old pens where the cow would stay. And then here's the basic stalls that he would use. I love this lighting in this picture. It makes it really cool. And then there's actually like a better picture of where the cows used to sit along with a bunch of old tires. Here's a picture of some of the old wagons that they used to use. They're now sitting in the main aisleways. Here's a picture of the hay lofts that are kind of upstairs. You can get to them actually from the road. When I took these pictures, I just loved the lighting that came through, the old barn and everything. And then here's a picture of the actual haystacks. Obviously the farm's not in use anymore. This picture, after I edited it, it reminded me kind of like an old church, like the top of it. It's really cool. This is a picture of the silo. This one is actually made out of brick, where nowadays they're made out of metal. I just love this picture and how the lighting hits. This is actually from their garage. Next, we always go to Fort Atkinson, which is where my grandma's parents live and a lot of my family now. Here's a picture of the river along with some of the statues that go along with the river. This is a metal fish that they have in the downtown area. It's pretty cool to see actually. This is inside one of my favorite stores. It's a 3-story waterfall. This is on the way to my cousin's house. It's an old barn that we always see on the way out there. Here's the same barn just from the back window. Here's the picture of the sunsets. They're just breathtaking and beautiful, especially with the rolling hills. Here's another picture like it, only more edited. This man is an inspiration to our entire family. He is my great-grandpa. His name's Garrett. He ended up serving in World War II and received the Bronze Star. After the war, he moved from Minnesota up to Wisconsin. So when he came to Wisconsin, he ended up buying a big chunk of land at the end of this dead-end road. It ended up being like around 80-some acres. My cousins now do own the farm. They bought it out after my grandpa decided it was a little too much for him to handle. He ended up living to be 99 and a half. We loved him to death. He was such an inspiration to the family. And then with him is Abby, my baby. Well, when she was a baby. There was a 4-generation picture, but I ended up just taking this picture by himself because he is amazing to us. Here's an old windmill that actually used to function on the property. Here's a better picture of the top of it. Here's a better picture of the property. It actually goes down a hill. Then there's the barn that they use to keep 4-wheelers and lawn equipment in. There's a better picture of the barn, and actually behind those trees there is a pond that now his neighbor owns, but he used to own it at one point. Here's a different time of the day when it's actually sunset when I was up there. And there's a windmill kind of. It looks really blurry in this picture, but it's still an amazing picture. I like this photo because you just see the sunset and the tops of the trees. You don't really see anything else. I just love it. There's the windmill at the different time of day. There's a more edited picture of the windmill, and you can actually see it better in this picture. This is my cousin Drake. His parents ended up buying the house from my grandpa. And this is his wedding reception to his new wife Heather that we got to celebrate. He's actually in the Marines and was moving from California to North Carolina, so they made a trip so that we could actually have a wedding reception for him as a family. This is my baby cousin Ella. It was a little bit chilly that day, so she ended up dressing her up in a snowsuit. And this is Ella with my boyfriend Chad. They love each other. He won't admit it, but they do. This is my normal trip to Wisconsin. I think everyone should get the chance to go up there. Obviously, you won't get the same experience as me because this is more so family-based. But at the same time, it is just a breathtaking state that everyone should get the chance to go to sometime in their life just to see the rolling hills and the sunsets, especially in October.